I didn't really have a clue on what to expect. I realized that it isn't that like pressured, like you don't have a set outline. So it's just kind of like what you feel comfortable doing with. And like my mentor told me that if you don't enjoy this, I can completely change it to something you enjoy. The biggest thing from this program was networking. I actually got to know a lot of people in project management, a lot of people in the ORD staff, and even down to the researchers themselves and the interns. Like, I feel like that was one of the biggest things, is building my relationship with the interns, finding out about different colleges, finding out like of their master's programs and something I want to pursue. So networking is the biggest thing to take from this.
So yeah, it was kind of a new experience for me coming to NETL. I've had some lab work and classes that I've taken at the University of Pittsburgh, but I never worked for a lab before, so that was a new experience for me. As far as the technology that I got exposed to, there's CT scanners, industrial CT scanners, and micro CT scanners in the building, and those are really interesting to see, because you usually see those when you get an MRI in the hospital or something, but you never think of those being used to analyze rock cores, for a lot of the carbon sequestration work being done in NETL. Well, I thought having the skits was a great idea. It was really fun. And honestly, at first I was like, oh no, I gotta do a skit, but then once you start doing it and in the process of doing it and watching them, you're like, yeah, this was a great idea, this was a lot of fun. And for me, the highlight was in the skits was listening to one of the other fellows, Jared Carpenter, rap.
Hey, we gotta be environmentally friendly, so come on. We gotta conserve us some energy, we gotta cut back on CO2 emissions. Hey, we can't pin all our hopes on nuclear fission, carbon capture, sequestration, carbon looping, and more. Man, you won't believe all that the future's got in store. We have so much work to do just to turn on the light, but looks like I'm out of time, so I'll pass the mic.
And the last person I'd expect to rap, and he actually did a pretty good job rapping, and it was really funny.
I know the people that I've worked with at Morgantown NETL, they're very nice, and most of them are very distinguished students. My mentor, his wife also works at NETL, and so she actually trained me on the microscope I worked with, and so it's really nice. You can just ask anybody about their research, and it's almost like flattering to them. I feel like I grew more from it. That's what science is all about. You fail and you find a solution, and that's what makes it so rewarding.
I've had some experience working with power systems modeling tools, but I never thought of myself actually being the one who was developing the tool. So I understand the big needs that the industry need for our energy systems, but it's an amazing experience having been the one actually developing the tool. I think this opportunity enabled me to clarify my mind. So I am a person that likes to learn. At a lab, I see myself in an environment that I can continue to learn while at the same time working. I've had the opportunity to participate in a few internships, and the Mickey Leland Energy Fellowship program, it's one of the best. It provides an opportunity to do research at really big labs, different facilities all around the nation. And at the same time, I think the organization has been great. We had the opportunity to meet each other at the beginning of the program, and now with this technical forum where all of us can present our work to DOE, Mickey Leland coordinators, and all the other interns, I think it's great.
This was actually my first research internship that I'd had the opportunity to do, and in fact I kind of applied to this internship on a whim, not sure if I would get it because I am only going to be a junior and I haven't had that research experience. But when Nicholas Huerta, my mentor, contacted me with the opportunity to go into the lab, that was something that I couldn't miss. And the technologies, like I said, I worked on computer simulations, and so I did spend a lot of time behind a computer, but for me that's where I'm very comfortable. The model is going to be published in August, and it's going to be open to anybody, to really have access to use, and to be a part of that as an undergraduate student, to know that I've contributed to something that is going to be published as a part of the National Energy Technology Laboratories is very cool.
For me, it was about doing new research and connecting with people that I wouldn't otherwise have met. And it was interesting actually to be around people that were doing different kinds of research that weren't straight chemistry research. Like, so I was, talking with engineers about what they were doing, computer science people about what they were doing, and getting a more thorough perspective on like how work is actually done in the field. I definitely made a lot of good friendships with people that are going to grad school, which I intend on going to grad school. So people that I'll be in contact with when we're applying and freaking out, and also potentially people to go to grad school with and live with and, do research with in the future. I learned a lot of what I don't want to do and a lot of what I do want to do at the same time.
I was really hesitant to taking this. I was like, oh, I should just stay in Texas. It'll be easy. Like, I'll be close to home. But just taking this step has made me so much more comfortable with the idea of maybe going to grad school out of state, not limiting myself so much. At first, I was just looking at a few grad schools in Texas, and now I'm like, oh, I can go anywhere. I did a whole summer. It's really just made me more confident. And it's a really great opportunity to network and meet these amazing mentors. I've met all these different chemists, and I'm reading their research papers now because I want to know more and understand their research so that maybe this is something I want to pursue. So it's an awesome opportunity to network. You make great friends, amazing friends. My advisors, I wouldn't have found this internship or this fellowship if it wasn't for them. They reach out to us so much to help us and just grow in our chemistry background and all these opportunities. So I want to do that for someone else.
NETL's researchers look at the Mickey Leland Fellowship program as a real advantage. The students that come in are really bright, do great work. They come in with new perspectives and provide a real infusion of new energy to some of our projects and our technologies. At the same time, their hands-on experience at NETL provides them with real advantage when they go back to their careers in education, or they go out and into the workforce and they bring what they've learned here at the lab with them out into industry. So it's a really great two-way benefit to both sides. The fellows get great experience, and our researchers get great talent to help advance our technologies.
When I came to DOE 25 years ago, I thought that I really knew a lot about the oil and gas industry. And I had 15 years experience. I'd worked in, at that time, over 30 countries. But coming to DOE and managing the R&D programs here, I saw how little I really knew. I didn't really know my own industry. I knew my piece of it. But the breadth of research and development that's going on here is mind-boggling. I tell students after they leave the Mickey Leland program, I said, look, I told you we were a family. I get hundreds of emails every day, but if you write me and you say, dear Uncle Reggie, I will respond. And it is that kind of thing, that kind of personal relationship. And the result of this, many of these students have gone on, I've got some great personal examples that were, people have gone on to some very nice positions in both companies and in governments, and I sort of feel like I've been a part of that. At the end of the day, what makes things successful are people, and I've been very fortunate to kind of cross-cut a lot of different areas. The networking is probably the most important thing. Many of these students I've actually watched come up from as young as junior high school. Some of these students I got involved with through mentorship programs. It's all about people. If you don't have the people running the programs, systems will fail.